Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Dinosaur Channel. This is your home on the internet for all things dinosaur and prehistoric. I'm your host Tall, and today we're going to be talking about an awesome dinosaur that has had its fair share of controversy. This is the Kentrosaurus. So exciting, I love this dinosaur. But before we jump into the Kentrosaurus, make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single dinosaur quick dive we do in the future. As well, leave us a dino-sized thumbs up and comment down below dinosaur or prehistoric creature you would like to see us cover in the future. With that being said, let's jump into a quick dive on the spiky Kentrosaurus. So what does the name Kentrosaurus mean? It means spiked lizard. It was first discovered in 1915 by German paleontologist Edwin Henning in Tendaguru, Tanzania, in Africa. Henning coined the name Kentrosaurus from the Greek words kentron, meaning sharp point, and saurus, meaning lizard. Our poor Kentrosaurus almost once nearly lost its name because of a mix-up with the ceratopsian dinosaur Centrosaurus, pronounced with a soft C. This is because in biological nomenclature, homonym is forbidden. So homonym is the relation between words with identical forms, like the same spelling and pronunciation, but different meanings. Words like pupil as in part of the eye and pupil as in student, peach, poach as a method of cooking, or poach as hunting. You understand what I'm saying? These are examples of homonym. The names of these two dinosaurs just couldn't possibly sound the same. So in 1916, Henning decided to change the name to Kentrosaurus, which meant pointed tail saurian. Franz Napska, Hungarian paleontologist, decided to rename the genus to Doryphosaurus, which means lance-bearing saurian. However, not only are the Kentrosaurus and Centrosaurus spelled differently, they are pronounced differently as well. Kentrosaurus with a hard K and Centrosaurus with a soft C. This is why renaming was never really required. And Kentrosaurus and Doryphosaurus are now considered synonyms of the Kentrosaurus. Okay, naming controversy closed, side note over, let's jump right back into the episode on this amazing creature. So when and where did this animal live? The Kentrosaurus lived during the late Jurassic period in present-day Tanzania. Fossils were discovered in the Tendaguru Formation, which dates back to the late Kimmeridgian age and the early Tenothian age, 152 million years up to about 145 million years ago. What did the Kentrosaurus look like? The Kentrosaurus was a small Jurassic period stegosaur. It looked like any other stegosaur, with a small head, a long neck, and short front legs, and its hind legs were twice as long as its front legs. It had a long horizontal muscular tail, so long that slightly more than half of its length is made up by the tail. This animal also had a long and narrow skull and had a beak that didn't contain any teeth at all. So that narrow skull contained a minuscule brain, like the size of a walnut, which indicates low intelligence. The Kentrosaurus also had a very well developed olfactory bulb, the sense organ for smelling, which probably means that it had a superb sense of smell, which probably makes up for the lack of intelligence. Now let's talk about sizes and lengths, baby. This creature could grow up to approximately 18 feet or 5.5 meters long, from the snout to the tail, and weighed around 4,000 pounds or 2 tons. For comparison, this animal is about 3 times larger than a modern black rhino, which is pretty big. And the Kentrosaurus was covered in a lot of armor. It had 2 rows of bony plates like the Stegosaurus that ran down from its neck to the middle of its back. Where these plates end, spikes take over, and these spikes travel from the midsection of this dinosaur's back to its tail. The longest spikes were on the tail end. There were also long spikes on each shoulder. Looks pretty badass to me, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, next let's talk about how the Kentrosaurus got famous. Well, sort of after the Stegosaurus, the Kentrosaurus might be the second most famous, well-known stegosaur in popular culture. Not really the household name, but still, it was featured in the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World Guide, as well as the Camp Cretaceous book, Volume 4. It's also part of the Jurassic Park toy set in the toy line titled Dino Escape. This armored dino got its own action figure, which I have right over there. How cool is that? You can see the Kentrosaurus in the Netflix series Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. It also appears in a video game, namely Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and of course Jurassic Park 3 Park Builder, and of course Jurassic World Evolution 1 and 2, as well as Jurassic World Alive, the mobile gaming app for Jurassic Park. Alright, it's time to dig into this creature's diet and behavior. The Kentrosaurus was an herbivore, or a plant eater. As it used its beak to eat, it barely chewed its food, and it swallowed stuff in large chunks. Kentrosaurus. Kids, don't eat like the Kentrosaurus. Okay, so one theory says that this animal was a low-level browser, eating foliage and low-growing fruit from various non-flowering plants. The Kentrosaurus' superb sense of smell would have helped it find plants that grew near the ground. It may have also been possible for this dinosaur to rear up on its hind legs to reach vegetation higher in the trees. With its center of mass close to the hind limbs, the Kentrosaurus could potentially have supported itself as it stood up. This is just a theory. Most herbivorous dinosaurs stayed in herds to protect themselves from carnivores. And just like the Stegosaurus, Kentrosaurus might have led a social life and lived in herds. Fossil evidence points out from both bone bed and trackways that the Stegosaurian genus was made up of gregarious animals who lived and moved in pairs or herds. So if this was a friendly and non-aggressive animal, what was all that rad armor for? Well, one speculation is that these plates were probably used more as a display mechanism for attracting mates, and the hefty herbivore could have had used the spikes on its tail to attack and deter carnivores, so it could run to safety. I don't think any predator would dare run into a wall of spiked tails swinging into the air, right? No, you don't want that Thagomizer in your face, I'll tell you that. And that, my friends, is our wonderful Kentrosaurus. I love you, buddy. You're the best. Honestly, this is my favorite Stegosaurian, and I have way more space in my heart for the Kentrosaurus than the Stegosaurus. That being said, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications for this channel so you don't miss a single dinosaur video channel that we make in the future. We are covering every single dinosaur in the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World franchise, so you don't want to miss them. If you like this channel, please leave us a dinosaur-sized thumbs up, and don't forget to leave us a comment with a dinosaur or prehistoric creature you would like to see us cover in the future. As well, if you want to support this channel, you can send us money on our PayPal. Our link is down below in the description. It'll help us keep funding this channel for cool projects we have coming up, especially in the summer of 2022. We got some epic plans, and we'd appreciate any donations you can send to us below. And we're going to see you guys in the next episode where we cover the Maiasaura. And we'll see you then. Goodbye.